Hey guys, I'm Captain Duck and this is my Dwarf Fortress video tutorial part 31. This one is taking off just where the last one started. Yeah, machinery. I was still explaining that, but I ran out of time. So this is machinery 2. As I showed just barely, is that you can build mechanisms and paths and whatever. Going to leave dust, by the way, and power things and power pumps, so they'll pump water wherever you want, or magma even. Again, this is like one of my examples. Here are 3 water wheels. These go through gear assemblies. They are connected gear assemblies, and these are axles, horizontal axles. These transmit the power all the way here. As you can see the stats if you press Q. In here there's a hole. I have done a lot of channeled holes over here. As you can see, it's open space. That means it's nothing over there, it's a hole. This goes all the way down, and it's filled with vertical axles, which I've built over here, which transmit the power from the level above to the level below. So here's my gear assembly. There's an axle, a vertical axle, vertical axle, vertical axle, vertical axle, gear assembly. And that transmits the power from the water wheels all the way down to this level. Here's a couple of corners again. Axle, gear assembly as a corner. Long axles, or actually these are 2 axles, I think. Yeah. And this gets transmitted to the other pumps. And yeah, a pump needs about 10 power, and a water wheel generates about 100 power. Also, windmill generates about 40 or 20 power, or none at all. It depends on your map. Mine delivers 40 power, luckily. But yeah, it's very easy to power them. When powering the stuff, you just need, with the water wheels, you need a water flow below it. As you can see, these water wheels are built on the moat. In the moat over here, there's water, and this water is actually flowing. There's not much flow, but the flow goes on, and it goes in a circle. These moats. So there's always a little flow between the tops and lows of the moat. Doesn't matter much, but well, it powers the water wheel. A water wheel doesn't need much to power it, just about 3 or 4 or 5 water depth in the level below it, and it'll generate 100 power, which is quite a lot. As you can see, this one generates 300 power, but the total power needed is 98 at the moment. Which is because I've stopped the pumps and machinery. As you can see, this part is still turning, and this part isn't. Which is because I've linked up this microtrain gear assembly to this lever. And if I pull this lever, this will go on. You can use this easily with the gear assembly. Just go to build a lever. Press A, link up to a gear assembly, and choose whichever gear assembly you want. This one shouldn't show up in the list, but well, it's somewhere. Back to my example, which is straight over here. So that's how you link up all the machinery. To give you an idea, I'll give you a tour of all the pumps I've built. Gypsum, whatever. There is a form of windmills over here. As I said very fast in the last video, when you build a windmill, you need to first channel a hole, as I've done here. This is an open space, so there's a channel hole over here. Then on the level below the windmill, build a gear assembly. Then on the level above it, build a windmill. It's built really easy, just like the water wheel. Select it and place it anywhere. well, above that hole, this middle tile needs to be above that gear assembly, or it won't work. And then you need 4 logs, pretty cheap. And yeah, you can't build it just like that. You have to build the hole first, otherwise the windmill, it generates its power, it transmits its power from the center tile to the level below it. So that's why you need to channel a hole, build a gear assembly on the lower level, then build a windmill on top of it. Well, you know about that by now. Then these the power gets transported from these windmills, goes down here, or down this level. Here's a gear assembly, goes a level down, goes to this vertical axle to transmit the power to the level below. Even lower. Here it gets transported to these places. Here build a water wheel to power itself, but this didn't work because water wheels don't work in magma. Luckily it didn't melt either, so it was a pretty good test. Anyway, this place, there's a hole again. It goes down a level, goes to more axles to this pump, and you have to connect the power to the pump. You just need to connect it to the tile that's near the pumping, where it pumps from. So this pump pumps from the west, which means it pumps from here. This tile does all the pumping work, so the power needs to connect it to the left tile. This tile pumps from the north, so this tile is the one you need to connect to the power. The other one is just a blockage. So yeah, the pump goes up here a level, goes to here, goes all the way up to the windmills. That's this pumping complex. I'm running out of time, so going faster. Another pumping complex. Here we used to be a water wheel, but it fell off because I connected this lever to this gear assembly, and it pumps this powers 2 pumps. Also, yeah, one pump with some axles between it can power each other. It's pretty simple. A more complicated one is the one I used to fill the moats, which flooded the world. Which is over here. Okay. This is the lower level. I've blocked it off by now by causing a cave-in. That's something Valence, you'll have to find out yourself how to do it. The river used to run through here, and that generated the power and delivered the water to here. Yeah, this tile is where it pumps from. This exact tile is where this pump comes from, and this water wheel is built above this path, and this generates the power. This is the underground river, and I've built a connection through here, and yeah, this is just an alternate route for the water, which fits me. Anyway, so this is the power generator. It's off at the moment since I've turned this off, and there's no water running anyway. This is the first pump. So this tile, the water in this tile gets transported ported by this pump to this tile. When I go level up, there's another pump, and this pump transports it to this tile. When I go a level up, there's another pump, and this pump transports it to this tile. And then I go another level up, and from this tile it gets transported to here, and here it floods into the real world and to the wide world, with of course a fortification to keep enemies from entering my fortress. And yeah, this is the one you pump water upwards. You just make sure the pumps pump upwards, upwards using these tiles with pumps on multiple levels. So let's go the other way around. This way, this pump gets its water from this tile, and this pump gets its water from this tile. This pump gets its water from this tile, and this pump gets its water from this tile. Now you should have an idea how to build water upwards. You can build this far more pretty than I did. This was my first real pump and it looks pretty ugly, but it works. And that's how I filled my moats with water from deep underground by building a lot of pumps. And well, now you've seen all my pumps, and you should have a good idea of how all this pumping business works. Also, maybe I should fill these moats a bit, but well, that's something for me. Anyway, that's about all for this series. Well, the series isn't over yet, but I've taught you everything I know. So, the most important aspects of the game should be in your mind by now. And I'm out of time, but there'll be more episodes. Okay, later guys.